Hey guys, Comic Book Steve here with another haul. Actually, I just filmed this one about halfway through and then my wife called me. I used my cell phone to take the video, which is probably a mistake. So I'm going to film it all over again so I don't have to do editing. So I'll try to blow through these a little quick. These are the new releases from last week. Civil War Zero, that's Civil War Zero. Picked it up after reading some of the reviews. That were promising. I liked it a lot better than a Free Comic Book Day one. So we'll see where it goes. I picked up this cover as my one cover. All new Wolverine 8. I got this because I wanted to see Old Man Logan and Wolverine together. This doesn't happen in the issue. It leads up to, I guess, the next issue where they're going to meet. So I'll probably pick that up too. Spider-Man number 4. Good stuff. Captain America number 1. Controversial. Oh, excuse me. Eating cereal. Controversial issue. Doesn't really bother me. It's comic books. Either they'll change it or hopefully it'll actually go somewhere. And if it doesn't, they'll retcon it 2 years from now or less. I like this Horseman variant, even though it's one of the poorly designed ones, like where they just kind of slap some Tron effects on the character and give him some glowing eyes. But I think the look of the cover is pretty cool. And yeah, all around with these Horseman variants, I wish they would have either gotten better artists for some of them, or B, designed the Horseman costumes a little better. I don't remember Apocalypse having such a thing for Tron costumes, but this one looks pretty menacing, even though it's basically just Tron lines. Mighty Thor 7, fill-in issue. The art is a little muddy. The story's still pretty awesome. So it's definitely still one of my favorite books. DC Universe Rebirth. This one, I'm not a DC fan, as you all know, but I had to jump on this and see what was going on. I'm interested in picking up Superman after this book. I like how it's going to be the pre-New 52 Superman. I'm not crazy about the Superman family thing they have going on. I mean, we have John Kent as Superboy, and then I've heard Lois Lane's going to be Superwoman. So I'm not too into that. Never really liked the family of a superhero kind of thing. But I will try out Superman after the Rebirth to see what's going on with that. I thought it was fun. I thought the overall story in this was it was good, but I felt like the character that was narrating, the writer was putting the audience's voice into him. Like, oh, no one remembers me. No one. Why isn't everyone so weird in this universe? Why are relationships gone? Oh my god. And that kind of irked me a bit and pulled me out of the story because, I mean, wasn't Jeff Johns one of the guys that was the architect for the New 52 and had a hand in removing all that stuff that he's now, writing as it's a problem that's gone? I mean, I don't know. Maybe he shouldn't have done that, Jeff Johns, huh? Anyway, I don't like when they put the audience's voice into the character and it's like obvious. So that kind of bothered me. It was similar to Infinite Crisis, where Superboy Prime was like, "Oh my God, the universe that we left behind is so dark, and Superman died, and Batman got his back broke, and then it's so grim and gritty." Speaking to like the '90s, grim and gritty and crazy. It just seems weird to me, and it always pulls me out, and I hate when they do that. And I've seen DC do that a lot more than Marvel, at least that I can think of. But either way, I thought the story was pretty good. Besides that, and the surprises in it were kind of cool, and I'm interested in where they're gonna go with it. So we'll see. I will pick up Superman though, just to check that out. Miss Marvel number 7, the Horseman variant, another one that looks like a Tron cover. This design is a little different. I wasn't gonna get this, but it was the only copy they had there at the shop I went to, so I thought I would give it a shot. I like that Adrian Alphona is back. So he or she, I'm not sure, was my favorite artist on the first Miss Marvel series, and one of the big selling points for me in picking up the book. So that was a win. Preacher #1, the free edition. Well, it was free, so I picked it up. And then the last two books from new releases, I got these because these were two of the books I was looking for out of the three that I was looking for that I couldn't find on Wednesday. So yesterday I had half day at work, so a buddy of mine and I went to about 5 comic shops in Boston. There's a lot in the area. I had to take a train a few times, but so it's not like a short trip. But I was like, one of these stores has got to have these books. So the third store we went to had one of the books I was looking for, the Horseman variant of Captain Marvel. One of the coolest Horseman variants, I would say, even though it still suffers from some of that Tron effect. But I really like this cover a lot. I was glad to pick it up for cover price. And then the other book I was looking for was Lois and Clark #8. That one was supposed to be held for me at the Faneuil Hall, Newbury. So I went back there. They didn't have it. They didn't have any on Wednesday, and they said they were going to get more, and they would hold it for me. They didn't end up getting those in, but they called the one on Newbury Street, and they had 2 copies. They held one for me, so I had to trek all the way over there, which is about like 45 minutes walking and train and all that. And I was finally able to get one. Lois and Clark #8. You son of a bitch. This one was a pain in the ass to find. I hope it's worth it. I do like the Pre-52 Superman. This is the first time John Kent uses his powers. Who will be Superboy? Not sure how that's going to work, but this one doesn't have any variants on it. Low print run. I couldn't find it anywhere. So if you got it, congratulations. If you didn't, sorry. These jerks didn't print enough. Yeah, I would have liked to have picked up more than one copy, but I didn't want to push my luck, and I was getting tired, so one copy will suffice. So I was pretty happy about that. The rest of the books I got are all back issue books, kind of scattered about, so let's just jump into it. While I was at New England yesterday, I rummaged through their dollar bins again, saw a few cool ones, picked those up. Superman 74, Doomsday Fight. I guess these books aren't on anyone's radar anymore. If they were in a dollar bin, I mean, this store is not like they don't have their head in the sand. So I was pretty surprised to see these in the dollar bin. But I imagine the hype of Doomsday, now that the Superman Batman movie has passed, is faded. So I got that. That's fine with me. I'll take them for cheap. And then I got one of the cameo Doomsdays, 496 of Adventures of Superman. Also pretty cool. They also had Superman 73, but I already had that, so skipped on it. They had a few other Doomsday books in there, which again I was surprised about, but whatever. I'll pick them up for $1. And then I got this one for $1, Black Widow 13. I didn't know Phil Noto did the interiors for this series, so that was pretty cool. But I really like this cover, Phil Noto cover, obviously. I think it's a really awesome cover, and is up there with some of Noto's best work. And then I also grabbed this for $1. Avengers Arena #14. This is a regular cover, but with all the X-23 hype going around, I think this is a pretty friggin' awesome cover. And I'm surprised it doesn't already have a bunch of eyes on it. I think it goes for I think the highest I've seen it go for is like $8 on eBay. But I got it for $1. I'm sure you can find it in dollar bins all over the place. I think it's an awesome cover, and the series wasn't very big, so I'm sure the print run is atrocious. New England was having a 50% off sale as well, so I picked up some books from there. I got Lois and Clark #1. Again, I like the pre-52 Superman. I was really surprised I still had this on the shelf in there, like not new release shelf, but like past month or a couple of months or whatever shelf. I thought it was kind of fun that they brought this character back. This is the first appearance of John Kent, if you don't count the baby appearance in one of the Convergence books. There is a variant that's way overpriced. I like this cover because it has Jonathan Kent on the cover. So take that for what you will. The speculator market is a weird thing. You know, one first appearance only goes up if it's on the cover, and apparently the variant, even though it doesn't have John on the cover, goes for more. Whatever. You're crazy, speculator market. You're crazy. I like this issue a lot better. Then I got some 50% off Spider-Man books. $155. I think that was like $3. $152. Again, probably about $3. Scarlet Spider 10. Let me move some of these. Scarlet Spider 10 versus Venom. I thought that was a cool looking cover. Amazing 675. Amazing 516. Amazing 700. Fifth print. That's probably a low print run on those. A lot of the shops in the Boston area have those. Doesn't go for a lot, but I've seen it. I think the Norwood, New England has 2 or 3. This one in Quincy had 2, so I grabbed one, and then I saw one yesterday at the Harvard, New England, in the dollar bin, even though it was a little beat up. So those later print runs are pretty rare. This one doesn't have any eyes on it yet, but I pick it up whenever I see it for really cheap. These ones are cool. We got Secret Avengers 13. These are Adi Granov regular covers. Secret Avengers was one of the lower ordered series. Granted, this is a event tie-in, so it's probably higher than normal for the Secret Avengers book, but that's still probably low in comparison to the other Avengers books. I really like the way he draws or renders whatever Black Widow. I'm not sure if she would go fighting in real life with her zipper down that low, but hey, I don't mind. And then we got Cat Beast and Agent 13, Sharon Carter. Really awesome cover by Adi Granov. Underrated in my opinion. And we got another Black Widow by him in Secret Avengers 15, and then a awesome Valkyrie cover by him in Secret Avengers 14. Been looking for those for a little while for cheap. I knew they had to be in a dollar bin somewhere, and sure enough, there they were. Black Panther #1. Pick that guy up. What else we have? Spectacular Spider-Man 215. This one I already had. I got this because it's one of the Ben Reilly prelude to the Clone Saga appearances, where he's just kind of running around in the background and it's like a mystery to who he is. Then I got another one off eBay. A little bit of speculation here. Black Panther #1. This is the first appearance of the Dora Mahajray. I don't know how to pronounce it. The bald bodyguard woman that Black Panther has around him. Had a pretty cool scene in the Civil War movie. I actually thought I had all the Black Panther #1s except for the original #1, but I was missing this guy as well, so I was glad to pick that up. Got it off eBay, really cheap. It's like $2 or something. So yeah, I thought that was fun. And I also got one of these off eBay. I don't subscribe to Loot Crate, but when I saw this was part of Loot Crate, I had to have it. So I went on eBay immediately and picked one up for $11, I think this was. It's a Infinity Gauntlet oven mitt. It's pretty friggin' awesome. It's not very well insulated, so I'm not sure if it's gonna protect you from like getting burned too much, but it looks great, and I can't wait to put it into our kitchen whenever our friggin' house is done being built. So that was fun. The last two I got are not books I picked up, but books I wanted to share for speculation purposes. So Sword is a kind of like Shield in outer space. With Infinity War coming and all the space stuff happening, it's only a matter of time before the MCU introduces Sword and Agent Abigail Brand, the most notable member of Sword, into the universe. So I just want to show off the first appearances of her and Sword. So the first appearance of Abigail Brand, the first cameo is in Astonishing X-Men 3. You really only get one panel of her. She doesn't say anything. But she is there with her green hair. And then the first full appearance of Sword and Abigail Brand is Astonishing X-Men 6. I think she has another cameo at the end of 5, given how this issue starts. I don't have number 5, so I can't verify that. But she's definitely all over this issue, along with the rest of Sword. And then there's one I forgot to pull out of my pull box, but there was a Sword miniseries in the mid 2000s. I'm pretty confident that's a really low print run. It's got a really cool cover, and I would suggest picking all those up. Just as speculation. I think it's only a matter of time before they start being introduced into the movies. Doesn't mean anything. The speculator market is a fickle thing. I had the first time Falcon was in the cap suit, which predates the series that came out, started coming out a few years ago, and that hasn't gone anywhere. The first what's his name? Armin Zola, you can find really cheap, and that he's been a big character in the movies. So doesn't mean these books are gonna go up, but it is something to keep an eye out for. If you find them in like a dollar bin, might not be a bad idea. I would be surprised if they don't show up by Captain Marvel. By the Captain Marvel movie, I'd be really surprised. Anyway, that's it for me. Enjoy your weekend, guys. We're still waiting for our house to be finished to move in.